ladies, today we want to talk about something that we don't talk about often. Well, we do talk about them, but not in this way. Men. Okay, we know they fine. We know they tall. We know they tall, dark, and handsome. Mm-hmm. We like them. But what we don't talk about a lot is we talk about women stressing in our day-to-day lives as mothers and women and career, but we don't talk about men in that same light.
Right.
So, for example, your significant other or your friend, platonic, whatever, he told you he was fine. He wasn't. And statistically, he didn't tell anyone else either.
Yeah. Welcome to Three Voices Unfiltered. We're your hosts,
Ranisha,
Teresa, and Suzanne. And around here, nothing is off limits. We talk about everything, the real, the messy, the hilarious, and the inspiring. So let's get into it.
What can we do as women to bridge that gap for men in terms of getting them to share, express, so they're not always pushing things under the rug, which I think society encourages most men to do.
It teaches them to just
not
bottle up. Don't
I like
cry.
That.
Men can't cry. Men can't express emotions.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, if you add like John was in the Marine Corps, that gets magnified above the average guy. So
the one thing that comes to my spirit is we have to make a place comfortable for people to speak. Yes. And a lot of times we do not. People will open up when they are comfortable. And if they don't feel, if the man is not feeling comfortable enough with you, and yes, I'm saying you, then they won't. And I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying like in general.
Yeah, I get it. Because we all want a safe space to land. Yeah. And if we don't feel safe, then we're not going to land. We're not going to come talk to you if you're going to blow up at us or judge us or make a face. We're not going to be doing that. And then for men, it's just so vulnerable to come and say, hey, I'm really stressed out, or to break down and cry.
Yeah. Let me share a few quick stats with you guys that are going to blow your mind. Only 13% of men actually seek out counseling or help.
Wow, that's really
13% of men.
I'm not surprised though.
Okay.
Wow.
Men are actually 4 times more likely to commit suicide.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, I have a story about that, but go ahead and finish.
And 2 more. 77% of men experience stress and anxiety. Of course, I mean, that makes sense. They're human. But 77% of men experience anxiety. And 40% have never talked to anyone about any issues or problems that they have.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Very, very concerning statistics.
That is.
Share your story to Teresa.
This past weekend, I spent some time with my cousin, and she was telling me about one of her friends whose husband committed suicide in December of 2024.
Wow.
And it was so weird because they were all at some type of party event and he was fine. And she said that she was talking to him and she said their relationship was like, they would, banter back and forth. That's their relationship, and he was, and so that was going on. So there was no outward signs. There was no outward signs, you guys, that he was struggling. Well, it appears that night that he talked to his mom and he was telling his mother certain things and she didn't pick up on it. And the mother's husband, which was not his father, his biological father, was going to go to the house because he was acting very erratic with his wife. All right. So this young man was acting really erratic with his wife, and the wife called the mom.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And the mom was just, I don't want to say she was blowing it off. I'm not saying that because we don't know what was in her state of mind.
Not undermining, but.
Well, anyway, and so the dad, her her husband said, I'm going to go over there. And the mom said, no, don't go over there. And so what the wife did was she went into the bathroom. She was calling him, and she went into the bathroom, and then she found him. And he had shot himself in the head. So,
wow.
And I immediately, the first thing that came up in my spirit was he was troubled.
Yeah.
There's some things going on. Mm-hmm. And he obviously wasn't talking it out. No. He didn't talk to anybody. And that really hurt my heart. I didn't know this boy from nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that hurt my heart that this young man
yeah,
didn't seek any type of help. They just internalized things. And come to find out, though, after it happened, there were signs. Yeah. And so she was telling me that this happened, that happened, this was said, he said this, he did this, and it was all the signs. And it wasn't put together, you guys.
Because none of us is thinking suicide. None of us are thinking that people are hurting so much that they are that they're considering that. But I can think of most of the people that I have known or know somebody that knows that has taken their own life have been men. I think I only have one example of a woman that she attempted, but it's been men.
Well, ladies, almost half of men are carrying everything alone. And when we think they're okay because they said they're okay, almost half of men are not.
Yeah.
What does it actually do to relationships when someone never shares, never talks, you never know what's really going on with them? What does that do?
It puts a strain on your relationship because they might be manifesting their feelings in a way that you don't understand. And you might even be taking it personal, and it may have nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And men, I mean, I've been in relationships with men that say, I ask them, what's wrong? Are you okay? I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. Clearly, there's something wrong because men act a certain way when they're not.
Right. They're quiet. They withdraw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're irritable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're just shut down.
Yeah.
They shut down. They don't speak.
Yeah. Or they do speak. They take things out on you when it's not about you.
It's not about you. I have a story about that. So when Jen and I first got married, it was pretty rocky or challenging, I'll say, because we got married. We moved to a new state. Mm-hmm. And that was really hard for me. I left all my friends, all my family. So I already have my own internal, things going on. And then he was in a different place as well. And I felt that he was just very irritable with me, very short, very just cold in a way. And I finally said, are you okay? No, because he wasn't like that. So I knew something was up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what's going on? Nothing. I'm fine. Eventually, fast forward, I don't know, weeks or a couple months later, and he finally told me it's his new job. When we moved to this new state and he had a new job, it was stressing him out. He had to learn so much information. So it wasn't about me. It was about this job, and he was feeling a certain way. And then it was manifesting as irritability and no patience or whatever with me. But it was because he was internalizing it instead of just talking about it. We women, we would have been home like every day. Today sucked, and talking about it. But each day he just bottled it, and it just made him react because you can only bottle so much.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Without it affecting you physically and emotionally.
And I think it's a societal thing where men, they, like we said earlier before we started filming, men don't cry. Mm-hmm. They don't overshare because then you have like I like the shade room. Teresa, you know what the shade room is.
Oh, maybe I know. No, I don't know what that is.
It's just it's just the Instagram page. I'll send it to you. Yeah. They're making fun of men who cry. Like there's a meme of Michael Jordan. Y'all seen the meme of Michael Jordan where he had tears in his eyes? Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh man, they shared that thing over and over because he was crying in that whatever, that game or whatever he was doing. Mm-hmm. And they just made a mockery out of him crying and put crazy things, POV, point of view.
That one, yeah.
my dog
all kinds of different
didn't eat his food.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, the society really makes a mockery out of men when they show their emotion. They're feminine. Automatically, they're feminine.
Or weak.
Yeah, they're weak.
Mm-hmm.
They're weak. They're feminine. They're being sassy.
I should have John sit in this episode.
He would have been
his point of view on this.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been good.
That would have been good.
Maybe we'll
do a part 2.
Yeah, do a part 2 with him. But yeah, so it's like they're up against, a rock and a hard place. Because society deems them
weaker,
gay.
That was a big one back then when I was growing up, when it wasn't as open as it is now. Oh, you look at Johnny, he's crying. He's gay.
Little boy who cries because he falls. I mean, they hurt too, so they fall. Oh, you're just being a girl.
You're being a sissy or
whatever. You're being a sissy.
And that's not the case. They have emotions just like we do. Why should they not express their emotions the same?
And think about this. How many times have we called men moody when, they're showing emotion? Or, you being a little extra today.
Do you think we kind of want our cake and eat it too?
We do. It's ridiculous.
Right?
I mean, I'm just sitting there listening because I'm saying it is absolutely ridiculous. And women do not want to accept their responsibility, like I said in the beginning, for making it a safe space or a comfortable space for this man to be himself.
That's right. Yeah. So we want a manly, strong man, but then when they come to us with their emotions, I'm like, really?
Grow up. We can say like, okay, that was wimpy. Don't be such a wimp.
Yeah.
How many times do we? Yeah, there's probably, I don't say
or
that.
A man who is maybe channeling his stress into working nonstop, because you mentioned John was working. Oh, he's cheating.
Yeah,
he's not coming home. He's working a lot because this is how he is manifesting how he's feeling,
how he copes.
Yeah, how he copes. Oh, he don't want to be with me. Why you don't want to be with me? You're not coming home at night.
Maybe they don't want to be around you as they feel, how they feel, to kind of not drag you into it.
I have a story about a man. I'm not gonna say what we were doing. We were together, but I was like, we need some counseling, because the silent treatment thing I don't do well with. Okay. Like, I can't live and days go and we don't talk like we live together.
Right.
We're in a whole serious relationship. So we went to counseling, and the counselor just said, you have to speak. You have to talk. You have to speak. It's your duty. When you're in a relationship with someone, you have to communicate.
But it's so hard for them, because if they were brought up as, so I'll give you an example. We have an episode,
but I gotta finish this.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. But then I want to.
I want you to add that. But so when we left, I was like, okay, this was a good start to him. The counselor was saying all the things I had already said to him, and she gave us some tools of how to communicate better. And we went home. We were supposed to exercise those things. I woke up the next day. So you have a great day. He said, okay. I came home. I noticed I didn't hear from him all that day. He was even quieter than what he normally would be. I came home. He left. He had moved out.
He did not want to talk that badly.
Yes.
Ooh.
He packed all his things, his TV, and his wide leg pants. And he left. He moved out.
Wow.
Yeah, and that takes me to what I was going to share.
He did not want to talk.
For example, we have the episode that we talk about Mother's Day. I don't have a lot of memories of growing up and hearing "I love you."
Yeah.
Right. So when I moved in with my aunt and my uncle and their kids, the first night they all went to bed. I love you, so and so. I love you, so and so. I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
And my dad, when I met him, I love you, Suzanne. I could not say it. I could not bring myself to saying that, because I never heard it. So I wonder in that example, if men are brought up in a way that you hold on to your emotions, you don't show, how you feel. You keep your tears to yourself. It's so hard to break that. And I can sympathize with my experience with the I love yous. And I wonder if it was so big for him.
But he was clearly showing emotion.
That he couldn't leave. That he'd rather leave.
He was showing emotion of not speaking. Something was wrong with him.
But that verb.
But just to verbalize what's wrong.
It's hard.
He was like, it was easier just to leave our relationship.
Oh, man.
He has to come back, y'all.
I feel bad
but
about
just
that.
To leave, I don't. I'm glad. Look, deuces, good riddance.
Because they're emotionally stuck, and you don't want that either in a relationship.
Well, I tried. That's why I tried to reach out to a counselor
and stuff. Yeah.
To kind of help us, because I'm an over communicator, and I was the type where I would chase you down.
Me too.
You're gonna talk today.
Me too.
Okay.
I don't do that anymore.
I don't do that anymore because, well, I don't.
Or talk to me when you're ready. I'll do that. Talk to me when you're ready. But
I don't even do that anymore because I just pick people who communicate, and I don't want to be with someone who I have to I could chase down to talk to, or even, I got to give him 10 minutes or an hour or 2 days.
John's a little hard because he was a Marine. So not only was his upbringing, but also his 27-year career.
Yeah.
That's a lot to
it
lot
is.
Of ice to chip.
It is.
So it took patience and stuff, but it happened. Yeah, it just took a lot. So if they're a good guy and this is to women or your partner, if they're a good person and you're willing to break through that and
absolutely
find it, then absolutely. But if they're like that, he was not ready. He left.
He left. He wanted to come back, but actually we did get back together.
And what happened? Did he talk?
No. Well, he wanted a different counselor. That he chose. He felt like I had attacked him. He felt like I had sabotaged him.
And how was that? I'm curious.
I just picked somebody that my insurance took. I don't know who this lady was. But he felt again like, she was more on my side in that one session because she was repeating some of the things I had shared with him about talking and how we have to communicate because we're in a relationship and we have to speak. But we're adults.
That's right.
So ladies, what can we do? I tried the counseling route with this person. We're not here to fix men, but we're here to try to understand them, right? Because we do like them.
Yeah.
So what can we do in terms of our approach?
It goes back to what Teresa said, a safe space, like non-judgmental, start from the beginning to give them a safe. If they don't feel safe, they're not going to talk to you. If they're going to feel judged,
Teresa, you look like Teresa's like ready to explode.
I'm going to say this, and it may not be popular, but ask me if I care. Don't.
She's going full unfiltered here. Okay,
she's unfiltered.com.
I'm at a space in my life and I would tell anybody, talk to Jesus first because I'm serious, and I believe that wholeheartedly with every fiber of my being because I feel like because I'm not married. We all know that, right? So if I'm going to be open to anybody, the first thing, how guys, they be approaching me and stuff.
What? You ought to see her jeans.
They be approaching me and stuff. But my thing is that first thing I do is talk to Jesus. And I'm like, if this is not from you, don't want it. Because I can't anymore.
Absolutely.
And I don't want anything in my life anymore. And I had to learn this in my 60s. I'm sorry. I know it's late. That I don't want anything that is not from him because it's not going to be right.
That's right.
Because I done messed up some stuff. You know what I mean?
Agree.
So I'm not going to do that. So like I said, it may not be popular with some people, but that's just how I feel.
Absolutely.
So if you're asking me how I feel, that's my answer. Along with practical things to do, like I said, making the space comfortable for that person.
Yes.
To be able to or want to open up to you. And it may not be like right away, give it some time, but another thing is all according to where you are in a relationship. Has he always been like open and talkative? Then all of a sudden he becomes
that's a good point.
Oh my God.
Big red flag.
That's a good point. Cause guess what, y'all? That happened. Okay. There was one thing that happened early in our relationship that showed me, I have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. We got into an issue about living together. And I was like, no. It has to be, you got to live here in this town. Like, you got to live in this house. I don't want to move with you. I had a bad experience of moving in with someone before. And then I was like literally homeless and staying at a extended stay with my kids for a couple weeks until I got a new place to live. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. You got to be on my turf. So that was a little selfish on my part. And I get that because I had some trauma in that area. Okay. So what happened is we were getting into a conversation about where we were going to live. If I was going to live, he was going to live with me. I was going to live with him. I told him no. I went away thinking the conversation was decent and fine. I didn't hear from him for like 24 hours.
Wow.
No communication, no text response. I was like, well, I'm getting off work. I didn't live far from I worked close to where he lived. So I went to his apartment, knocked on the door. No response. It's like, that's odd. Like, what? And finally, a day later, 24 hours later, he called me. And I'm like, what happened? Of course, he never told me. I never found out. And that was a red flag.
That was a red flag. So so the point is this: if the person is, has been fairly open with you, and y'all had good communication, and all of a sudden he stops or it slows down, then something is going on. So we need to investigate that and see what we're doing, or vice versa. Which is in the beginning, this is how he starts off, and he's not a good communicator, and like that. Or that's a red flag. So, like Venetia would say, deuces. Yeah. And some women just want to fix people. Oh my God, we are horrible.
We have.
I can do this. I can make him this. I got.
He loves me enough. He'll do this and that.
I got the superpower. No. And it's like no. You're being shown. They're showing you who they are.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta believe it,
and
y'all.
you gotta believe it. I don't know why why don't we get that?
And that's both ways. Both men. This is for men and women.
Yeah.
And one thing that I want to make sure that I mention, like you were saying, if they're outgoing and they talk and they communicate and then they go like silent on you, that's a big red flag to check for self-harm, because they go inward and they could be thinking about suicide and things like that. So you want to check on that. If your person goes mute, silent, if you're in a relationship and it's normal, everything is fine, and then suddenly they're just cutting off all contact or whatever. Yeah. Like, just check on them, because we don't know what they're thinking or what triggered to make them feel a certain way.
Yeah. And let me give you a few tips based on what you said, Teresa, what you just said. Change the question. The questions that give you the yes and no, or the, what are the rhetorical questions? Don't do that. So instead of saying, are you okay? Say, I've noticed you've been, different lately. Is there something I can do to help you?
Like open-ended questions.
Yeah. It's something I can do to help.
Well, what's going on with you?
Yeah. That's kind of like, are you okay? But more like, I'm here if you want to talk to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, hey, something like that. Or, how about let's go for a walk? Let's see, maybe they'll open up. Something differently.
It's out of the I've done that before, where I've needed to discuss something with someone, or someone I was dating really serious. And I'm like, hey, let's meet at the park. Or let's go for a walk out of there, because this is my home. I'm safe here. If I go to his home, that's his safety zone.
Exactly.
So we go somewhere neutral and to talk about it.
When I have something to talk to Ralph about, he likes, oh my God, he's never serious. He likes to play. So I have to get us out of the house and go like, well, I want to talk about our business. Like, he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, no. It's not time to play. Let's go out. Let's go eat. Let's go get something. Let's go sit across from each other and let's talk. And also validate first. Validate. Don't try to fix. Validate. Acknowledge. That sounds like it's a lot. I know that's a lot for you.
One.
Yeah. Validate. And who in your life have you assumed or a relationship with a person was fine and you later found out that that person was not okay? And how did you find that out? Did they eventually share they weren't okay? I mean, how have you ever got ladies had that
I think
experience?
I can't think of a specific person, but I think I've had people think that I had a neighbor that seemed okay, and then we found out that she tried to take her own life. We were all shocked. Like, we didn't know there was something going on with her.
That's the sad part. Nobody ever knows.
Yeah, so we didn't know, and we thankfully she wasn't successful. So so then we were really paying attention, like, okay, let me pay attention or this situation or whatever, because we didn't know. We used to hang out and we didn't. People, I think a lot of people in the world are hurting silently and alone.
Absolutely. It's like silent and strong both look the same.
Yeah.
You can't tell. So here's some powerful ways to help somebody that you feel like needs that extra help because they're pulling away. Therapy. Okay. Therapy. Community. Men need community. Men need to get together. Men open up more when they're with other men. Yeah. So maybe you have an uncle that can hang. It's funny because that person I was with talked more with my dad than he did with me. And my dad would tell me stuff. Redefining, just being honest with that person. Like, this is what I need. What do you need?
And men right now are really busy, like millennials and younger. They're very involved with their children. They're very involved with the kitchen. They're very involved with the family, and that creates more stress.
Yeah.
So they're more stressed. Men, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, it was all about work. They worked to death to support their families, and that was stressful. Now, men, I feel like this generation, they're working hard and stepping up as fathers. So they're really stressed, and community is key. You have to do self-care. You have to get away. You have to connect with others that you can talk to.
Yeah, and women encourage your partner to go out there and have friends. Because I was in a relationship where this person had no friends.
Red
and
flag.
I'm like, oh
Red
my
flag.
God. Because look, I had my friends, okay? I mean, I was doing, listen, I'll be back.
Boy, bye.
Let them. But there are women out there that will not let them get away.
They won't. And that's their own, and that's your own insecurity, women.
And you don't need men. You don't need that. That's a red flag.
Yeah, men speak in a language that we can't get through. Other men could. So if you had a uncle or a father or somebody, a cousin that you trusted that could talk to your man or your friend or whatever, and just get them away, let them go hang out and see.
Let them go bowling. Let them go see a movie. Let them go. Like, I encourage them. Like, you need to go talk to even at church. When we go to church, sometimes I'm waiting around. I'm ready to go home, and he's talking to the pastor. He's talking to my cousin, and I have literally said he's having his man time right now, his man connection. I'm gonna sit here and wait, and I wait for him because he needs that.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And so, as we end this episode about men, they deserve the same type of attention in terms of their behavior. So look at some of the warning signs: the pushing away, the silent treatment, the overworking. You can tell when you're close to a person that something is not right. So just reach out with concern, empathy, love.
Yes.
And try to nurture that person. Make it about them, not about you. Acknowledge their emotions, acknowledge their feelings. Anything else, ladies?
No, that's perfect.
And, just tell that person, that male in your life, that they matter. Their emotions matter. And guess what? Let's raise grandchildren that have emotions. Like, I have 3 grandsons.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And when my son tells my grandson to stop crying, I tell him, no. Let him cry. Yes. It is a natural feeling. He is human. He has tear ducts. He has eyeballs. Let him cry, and I'll find out what's wrong with him and see if I can help him. But let him cry.
And it's okay to have emotions.
Yes. And let them talk. Yes. Let them talk. Okay. I try my best to let my son when I was raising him to talk.
Have a
and right
opinion.
now, in his old age, it's TMI, but that's okay. but that's okay.
Safe space
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him, and
that's good.
okay.
That's good. And
Yeah, I like
let's
that, to raise our grandbabies.
raise our
to be-
grandchildren to be emotional people.
to embrace their emotions.
Embrace your emotions. I can
Right.
tell my sweet Trey J. He's very emotional, and I said, "What's wrong?" And he'll tell me, "I wanted the golden egg because we
Oh,
we did Easter egg hunting for Easter." And he was like, Landon should have given it to me. I was like, I know, but he found it. So, maybe
Yeah.
next time.
Right, and those of
You
you,
know?
and those of you who are raising young men right now,
Yeah.
it's not too late.
It's
That's
not too
right.
late.
It's not
It's
too
not
late
too
at
late.
all. Okay,
Go
make
on.
that shift.
Yeah, like women who are raising teenage young boys, go on a date with them. Go take them to the movies. Go to dinner with them. I wish I'd done this more. I didn't have any money and I didn't have no time. I would have loved to have taken my boys out on dates. Like
but
mommy.
God has given you a second
Now
chance.
I got grandsons that I spend a lot of time with. We go bowling, we go jumping on the trampoline, and we do a lot of things. And I talk to them, and they will talk. Oh my God, Landon will talk my ear off.
I love it.
But yeah, it's not too late to start that. So
And men, open up. This is for the grown men. Even if you were taught otherwise, try, even if it's writing a letter, sending a text, you can open up. It doesn't have to be verbal. You can open up little by little, because it will be so much better for your well-being and for the people in your life.
Absolutely.
Right. And if anybody comes around while you're doing what you're doing, saying what you're saying, and try to make fun of you or make you feel bad about it, you got to ignore that.
Yeah.
You got to ignore that because we want you to deal with your true self. So.
Tell them no.
Yeah.
Not okay.
And everybody, if you like this episode, make sure that you like it. Like physically go and like it. Also, make sure that you comment. If there's a tip that you like to share with us or a question that you like to ask, we'll respond to you. We love to respond to our comments. Make sure that you share this episode with someone that you feel like could
help a man in your life.
The information.
Right.
And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you do that.
Yes.
We drop an episode every week, and we would just love to get you involved and just learn what you might be needing help with. So
and engaging with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thank you for watching. Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Do us a big favor and hit that like button, share this episode, and subscribe.